Hello everyone, welcome again. We have another offer in the shop, and this time is a Chinese medium premium tank on tier 10, WZ121B. Because of camouflage is called the Gold Dragon, and this is my quick review of this tank with the details and parameters to help you up to make decision to buy or maybe not to buy this tank. So let's take a look at the shop first. For 15,000 of gold we have a tank WZ121B with garage slot, 9 equipment slots unlocked, invincible legendary camouflage and blazing legendary avatar. Altogether cost us 15,000 of credit of gold. And just because if it's a tier 10 tank, so the price is quite high. About the tank, it looks amazing. It's one of the best looking tanks in the game in my opinion. Just take a look. The designers made a fantastic job in here, and if you take a closer look, it looks like a nice 3D camouflage here, but if you look closer, for example like on this dragon, if you look from the side, it's a completely flat. See? So it's not a 3D design, it's just a flat texture, but it looks really impressive, as you can see. According to parameters, let's take a look. Basically, it's very easy, because if you look on the Chinese tech tree, on tier 10 we have WZ121, and this is exactly the same tank. As you can see, the shape, if you look on the WZ121B without the camo, probably gonna look very similar, with a slightly different on the gun. As you can see, the gun here looks slightly different than on the premium one. This is the normal one, and here you get premium 121B. As you can see, the gun looks slightly different, and that's probably the only significant change in this tank according to regular tech tree. Let's take a look on the parameters of this gun. Aiming time is 3.1 against 2.8 in a regular tech tree tank. So this one has a slightly longer aiming time, but not really, you won't really feel that during the battle. Dispersion 0.32 against 0.35 in a regular one. Again, this gun is slightly more accurate, but also not really significant difference. Reload time 6.9 against 8.34 in a regular one. So the reload time is quicker here. But alpha damage in here we have 350, and in a regular tech tree tank is 420. So the difference, the real difference is in a regular tech tree tank we have stronger gun with a longer reload. Here we have a weaker gun with a quicker reload. Considering both those two parameters, DPM we have on 3042, when on a regular tech tree tank is 3021. So as you can see, they are both quite well balanced. Another slight difference is in penetration, because on the regular shells 245 is exactly the same like on both guns, but on the premium shells in 121B we have 300 millimeters, and there's 290 millimeters on the regular one, so we have 10 millimeters more here. And penetration on high explosives 53 millimeters here, with 68 on a regular tank, so we have 16 millimeter less on highly explosives here. And alpha damage, like I said before, on a regular 350 against 420, 300 against 370 on a regular tank, and 400 against 500 on a regular tank. So basically that's the only difference in those tanks. Gun depression is 6 degrees, same in like in a regular tech tree tank, and elevation 20 degrees, slightly higher because the regular has only 15 degrees of elevation. And that's it. The speed of those tanks is exactly the same. They have the same engine, 580 horsepower engine, and average speed 35 km per hour, exactly the same like in a regular tech tree tank. So that's probably the only significant difference in those tanks. Let's talk about armor now. So this is armor profile of WZ121B, and this is WZ121, the regular Tech 3. As you can see, those two models, they look pretty much the same, except that little part here and here on the both sides of under the turret, at the edge of the turret. The regular version has those two additional parts, and the 121B doesn't have them. But it doesn't make any difference. According to the parameters, we have 230, 220 and 158, 160 mm here on the lower plate. In here, exactly the same, 240, 230 and 160 mm on the lower plate. So the whole armor is exactly the same, pretty weak on the both cases. Turret is very strong. Turret, as you can see, we have a gun mounted in the middle here and 406. 276 here is slightly lower, 253 just because of a shape, and it goes up if we move to the side of a turret. 308, 380, 570, 380. As you can see, the turret is very strong. The weak spots are here. We have 220 mm here, 240, but here only 68, 70 mm is 100. So this part is a weak spot. On the other side we have 220, 270. So under some angles it could be those little parts could be penetratable. Of course, you have to cover all the frontal armor, that's for sure. The whole armor must be covered. And in the regular one, that was exactly the same situation. Strong armor and the weak spot 217. 100 mm. Weak spot here is slightly stronger, but not too much stronger. So basically, it's exactly the same shape of armor. On the side, we have 80 mm all over the place on the whole armor, and the turret is also nicely profiled. And we have 200 mm here, 144, 189. So this place, if you position tank like this place probably is the best to penetrate. Just below the commander's hatch is that's probably the weakest part of the armor. On the back, same like most of the tanks, 63 mm on the back of hull, and in the middle of the turret we have 82, 64 mm, and it goes if we go down to the edge of a turret, it goes up 120, 125, 170. So as you can see, the middle of a turret and the back of the hull is very weak, and that's it. So as you can see, just take a look on the regular one. The same situation, 80 mm on the side, same profile of a turret, and the same profile from the back. So let's get back to 121B again. As you can see, the armor profile it looks exactly the same in both cases. Both tanks got exactly the same armor profile. So that was a bit of theory, and let's talk about the tank now. Basically what we have here is nothing more than WZ121 with a slightly modified gun, because as you've seen in this review, we have the same platform with the same traction parameters, same speed, with the same armor profile. The only difference is a gun. So if it's a good deal to buy, it depends. If you're an experienced player, you have experience playing among tier 9 and 10 tanks, the best would be to reach tier 10 in the Chinese Tech 3. So you can compare. If the gameplay on WZ121 suits your gameplay, then you're probably gonna be happy with WZ121, and that's gonna be a good deal for you to buy. If you don't have experience on the high tiers 9 and 10, in my opinion, you shouldn't buy this tank, because it's not an easy tank to play, and you need some experience to with fighting other tanks on higher tiers to find yourself and effectively use this tank. So if you don't have experience, you're gonna probably struggle on this tank, and you're gonna get upset because you spend your gold, you just waste your gold, and you don't have any profits from that. So that's it. Once again, if you have experience and you like this playstyle, so this tank gonna be good for you, useful for you. If not, I would say just to avoid it. And that's it. Thanks very much for watching. I hope I brought you some interesting and useful informations. If you want to see other tank reviews, you can browse the channel and find something about the other tanks from the shop. If you like my materials, you can subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for incoming materials. And that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I'm gonna see you next time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.